This is the Doogee N50 disassembly. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and follow me on Twitter so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. And if you need any tools, there are links in the description. To start off, the SIM tray needs to be removed. Here's a better look at that. Next, we'll need to place a pry tool in between the back housing and the frame of the screen, and run it along the edges to pop off the catches. There are 17 Phillips screws that have to be removed. The LED flash is located on this plastic cover. Here's a look at the other side. The back housing is made of plastic. The glass camera lens covers are held down with some adhesive, so if you had to replace those, you'll just need to apply some heat and pry them off, so you won't need to actually disassemble the phone. There are some antenna flex cables around the border, as well as the cable for the fingerprint scanner, which is located on this side. The battery cable can now be disconnected from the main board. And there's a pull pouch provided to help you pry the battery off. Here's a better look at the 4200 mAh battery. Now let's take a look at the speaker assembly. Once the battery has been removed, we can see the flex cable for the screen, which is routed through an opening in the mid-frame, as well as this flex cable which connects the main board to the subboard. If you need to replace the screen, you'd have to remove the back housing, the screws on the top plastic cover and the cover itself. You then have to disconnect the battery cable and the screen cable and pry the battery off, giving you access to the screen cable. And then heat up the front of the phone where the screen is to loosen up the adhesive underneath, pry the old screen off, apply new adhesive and reapply the new screen, making sure you run this flex cable back to the opening in the mid frame, and reassemble the phone. There's a black coaxial cable on the bottom right side of the board, which also needs to be disconnected by popping it off. And there's a single Phillips screw, which is holding down the main board. Looking at the main board, we can see the headphone jack located on the top corner, and we can see the connector for the 8-megapixel front-facing camera. The SIM card and memory card reader is located on the other side, as well as a proximity sensor, a notification LED, and copper tape over these shields to help transfer heat. There's also a liquid damage indicator sticker over the headphone jack. The 50-megapixel main camera and the 2-megapixel macro camera are both adhered to the frame with some adhesive. None of the cameras have OIS or optical image stabilization. The earpiece speaker is located on top, which is also held down with some adhesive. There's a single Phillips screw holding down the subboard. The vibrator motor is soldered to the back of the subboard, so you'd have to also gently pry off the vibrator motor to remove the subboard. Here's a better look at the subboard. Taking a look at the other side, we can see the primary microphone located here. And finally, the flex cable for the volume keys and power button is located on this side. If you need to replace that, you just have to gently peel it off. For the repairability score, I give this phone a 7 out of 10. The N50 is one of Doogee's more repair-friendly phones. Now it's time to reassemble the phone. Once everything's back in place, flip over the phone, power it on, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.